Hi everyone, you are watching Commerce King Academy. Right, we have solved chapter number 5, which is ledger account. Okay, solved its or understand the concepts and illustrations in last or earliest videos. Now we are here to solve its problems. Today in this video we will solve problem number 1 of chapter number 5, which is ledger account. Okay, requirement of this problem, which is generalize the above transactions and post them into the ledger account. After reading its requirement, this is the problem number 1. So we will solve. Let's get started. Mr. Said started his business with cash, amounted 130,000 rupees, and also furniture amounted 40,000 rupees, and building rupees 200,000 on 1st Jan 2005. In other words, started business by Mr. Said. This is the investment or initial capital of the business. Okay. So let's see. This is the format of journal account, and ultimately entered this capitals entries in journal account in this way, that is date 2005 Jan 1st, cash account debit, furniture account also debit, and building account also debit. 2. Capital account credit. These are the amounts with equal debit and credit. Have detail business started with cash, furniture and building. Right? First business transactions entries has been completed here. Now we will move toward next. Same dated Jan 1st. Next transaction is purchased goods on credit from Asif worth rupees 30,000. Jan 1st, purchases account will debit to Asif account credit because purchases on credit, goods bought on credit basis. These are the amounts debit and credit. Next transaction is Jan 2nd, purchased goods for cash amounted 60,000 rupees. This is a journal entry. Jan 2nd, purchases account debit to cash account credit because goods bought for cash. These are the amounts 60,000 and 60,000. Next transaction is Jan 3rd. Sold goods for cash amounted 44,000. This is the solution of this transaction. Jan 3rd. Cash account debit to sales account credit because goods sold for cash amounted 44,000 debit and 44,000 credit. Next transaction, which is Jan 5th. Sold goods to Shahid and Sons for 28,000 rupees. This is the solution of this transaction which held on 5th Jan, which is Shahid account, Shahid and Sons account debit to sales account credit because this is the detail goods sold for credit to Shahid and Sons. Right? These are the amounts 28,000 and 28,000 rupees. Next transaction is this, which held on Jan 8th, which is purchased a typewriter for 16,000 rupees. So the journal entry will be office equipment account debit to cash account credit because typewriter purchased for cash. We gave the name typewriter in the category of office equipment right here, okay, with amounts 16,000 debit and 16,000 credit. Next transaction held on 10th Jan, which is bought an iron safe for rupees 8,000. Same as above, iron safe will fall into the category of office equipment. Okay, so 10th Jan, office equipment account debit to cash account credit with details iron safe purchased for cash 8,000 rupees debit and 8,000 credit. Next transaction is dated Jan 12th, made purchases from Salman rupees 36,000. So the entrance of this transactions entry will in this way: Jan 12th, purchases account debit to Salman account credit. Have details goods purchased for credit or on account. These are the amounts debit and credit. Next transaction is Jan 14th, opened bank account with 40,000 rupees. So the journal entry will be transaction held on Jan 14th, right? Bank account debit to cash account credit because opened bank account and deposited cash into the bank. Okay, so cash will credit and bank will debit with amounts 40,000 rupees debit and 40,000 rupees credit. Our next transaction is Jan 16, received a check from Shahid and Sons for rupees 18,000 because we have sold in earliest date on Jan 5th, right here, sold goods to Shahid and Sons for 28,000 rupees. This is the earliest account of Mr. Shahid. Okay, so next date, right here, we received check from Shahid and Sons, amounted 18,000 rupees. Are you understand this statement or account of Shahid and Sons? So the journal entry will be Jan 16, cash account debit because cash received to Shahid and Sons account 18,000 rupees and 18,000 rupees credit. You understand must hear the concept. We received a check but we treat it as a cash received from Shahid and Sons because the reason behind is this: You can understand with details here. Received a check and treated as cash, as not deposited into the bank on the same date. Understand? Check treated as simply cash in hand. So dear students, we will done in the next date in bank account, okay, when we will deposit this check into the bank, right? Next transaction held on Jan 18, which is issued a check in favor of Asif for rupees 16,000. For understanding this transaction statement, we must understand the earlier account of Mr. Asif, which was on Jan 1st. We have purchased goods on account or on credit from Asif worth 30,000 rupees. Okay. So in this date, we have issued a check in favor of Mr. Asif, amounted 16,000 rupees. Are you understand this statement? So the journal entry will be Jan 18, Asif account debit to bank account credit, because we have issued to check Mr. Asif amounted 16,000 rupees debit and 16,000 rupees credit with details payment made by check. On Jan 20th, check received from Shahid and Sons. Are you remember this transaction? Okay. And paid into the bank. Simple as that. It's the journal entry of this transaction, which is Jan 20th, bank account debit to cash account credit 18,000 and 18,000. With details, check received, now deposit into the bank. This is the check which we have treated in last date as a cash, which was received from Shahid and Sons. Okay. So now entered into the bank. Next transaction is Jan 22, goods sold for cash amounted 38,000 and paid into the bank. So the journal entry is this: Jan 22, bank account debit to sales account credit, because amount for cash deposited into the bank immediately 38,000 rupees debit and 38,000 rupees credit, with details goods sold for cash and a cut amount deposited into the bank. That's it. Next transaction is this: on Jan 24, right, paid a check to Salman for rupees 35,600 rupees in full settlement of his account. For understanding this transaction's comprehension or statement, we must understand the previous account of Mr. Salman, right? So let's see this. In earliest date, Jan 12th, made purchases from Salman amounted 36,000 rupees. Understand? After understanding the transactions statement, now we are moved toward journal entry. So understand here, Jan 24, Salman account debit to bank account credit and also to discount received account credit. Amounted, Salman account total amount was 36,000 rupees. Okay? And actually received 35,600 rupees. Okay? Remaining amount, which is 400 rupees, will be treated as a discount received from Salman. Okay? With details, payment made by check and discount received amounted 400 rupees. Are you understand this transaction? Okay, now we will move toward next transaction. Before moving toward next, you must keep in your mind this type of entry called compound entry. Compound entry is the entry which holds more than 2 accounts. For example, have 3 accounts, 4 accounts, and so. Okay? Next transaction dated 26 Jan. Received check from Shahid and Sons. Further and more amounted 9,800 in full settlement of their account. You can review this transaction or account of Mr. Shahid and Sons. In this way, we have sold on date Jan 5th to Shahid and Sons for 28,000 rupees. Right? After that, received on date Jan 16 a check from Shahid and Sons amounted 18,000 rupees. Okay? Remaining balance is 10,000 ultimately. So received here 9,800 rupees dated Jan 26. Are you understand this transactions statement or comprehension? Now we will move toward its journal. So it will be journal entry of this transaction Jan 26, cash account debit, which is actually received from Shahid and Sons. Okay? Discount allowed given by us or business 200 rupees. Okay? So the actual balance was toward Mr. Shahid and Sons 10,000 rupees. Okay? So to Shahid and Sons account 10,000 rupees credit. With details, cash received 9,800 rupees and discount allowed 200 rupees. Okay? This transaction's entry has been completed here. Next transaction is Jan 28, which is withdrew cash for personal use amounted 6,000 rupees. You already know that anything withdrawn from business by the owner or proprietor for personal use will fall into the account of drawings. Understand? In this way, we will solve this transaction's journal entry Jan 28, right? Drawings account will debit amounted 6,000 rupees to cash account credit amounted 6,000 rupees. With details or description, cash withdrawn for personal use by the proprietor or owner. Okay? Next transaction dated 30 Jan, which is paid electricity bills amounted 2,000 rupees. Entry of this transaction, which is Jan 30, electricity cut. Electric charges account debit amounted 2000 rupees to cash account credit with same amount 2000 rupees. Okay. With details or description, electricity bills or utility expenses paid in cash. Next and last transaction held on Jan 31st, which is paid the following expenses by check. Salaries amounted 4000 rupees, insurance expense 2000 rupees. This is too much simple entry, which is Jan 31st, salaries account debit, also insurance expense account also debit, amounted salaries account 4000, insurance account 2000, against to bank account credit, which is 6000 rupees. With details or description, expenses paid by check. You can see here that debit and credit totals are equal. After making all the transactions journal entries, now we will move toward next step, which is making ledger accounts of these accounts. Okay, so let's get started with first account, which is cash account. We have gave to cash account to ledger folio number is 5. Understand? So first of all, we will make cash account ledger. Okay, you can see here cash account debit right here against or by capital account. Dear student, this is the format of ledger cash account. Okay, first entry of cash account is cash debit by capital account. We will write here the opposite account name, which is capital account. Okay, so Jan 1st, cash account debit by capital account amounted 130,000 rupees. The first entry of cash account is completed here into the ledger account. I want to share another concept here, which is journal reference. Okay? Journal reference is the reference of where is the page number where the journal entries are exist. For example, this is a journal page. We will give the page number is 9. Okay, and we will give to the second page journal number 10. And the last journal entries page number, we will give the number page number 11. So 9, 10 and 11, this is the page number of journal entries or journal page numbers. Okay, so we will enter the journal reference number or journal page number, which was 9, where this entry is addressed after entrance of first entry of cash account. Now we will search from journal page number 9 of cash account further. So we found cash credit against purchases. Okay, we found cash credit against purchases here 60,000 rupees. Jan 2nd, cash credit against purchases. Okay, so purchases account amounted 60,000 rupees. Journal reference number is 9. Okay, we will search next cash account. So we found on date Jan 3rd, cash account debit to sales account credit. Okay, so cash account debit against sales. So we will write here the opposite entry name sales account, and also write journal reference number 9, 44,000 rupees. Okay, so we will see next to cash account right here on date Jan 8th. Office equipment to cash account. So cash account credit here. Cash account credit by office equipment account. Journal reference number or page number 9. Amounted 16,000 rupees. Next is cash credit against office equipment account 8,000 rupees. Jan 10th, office equipment account and journal reference number 9 amounted 8,000 rupees. Cash credit by office equipment. Understand? Next, on date Jan 14, cash credit by bank amounted 40,000 rupees. So you can see here Jan 14th, bank account name, cash account credit by bank, journal reference number or page number 9 amounted 40,000 rupees. This is the page number 10 of journal account. So first cash entry Jan 16, cash account debit against Shahid and Sons 18,000. Okay, so cash account debit on date Jan 16 against Shahid and Sons. So cash account debit by Shahid and Sons account, journal page number is 10, amounted 18,000 rupees. Next entry of cash is this on date 20 Jan, which is cash credit by bank 18,000, ledger folio number 5. So we can see this entry in the context of ledger account in this way. Jan 20th, cash account credit by bank account. Okay, amounted 18,000 rupees. Journal reference or page number is 10. Next entry on dated Jan 26. Cash account debit against Shahid and Sons account amounted 9800 rupees. Jan 26, right? Cash account debit against Shahid and Sons account. Page or reference number is 10. 9800 rupees. Okay. Next entry is Jan 28. Cash account credited by drawings account. Okay. Amounted 6000 rupees. Dated 28 Jan. Okay. Cash account credit by drawings account. Journal reference number 10. This is the page number 6000 rupees. Okay. Last entry of cash account, which is cash account credited by electric charges, amounted 2000. Dated Jan 30th. Electricity charges account. Journal reference page number 10. Amounted 2000. So you can see here all the entries of cash account are completed into the ledger of cash account. Okay. So we will write here the ledger folio number of cash account, which is 5. Okay. After completion all the contents of ledger account, now we can see the totals of ledger accounts, both sides, debit and credit. So we have, after calculation of both sides, debit side is heavier than credit side. So we have difference of this amount 51,800 rupees difference of both sides. Okay. So we have, when we have debit side is heavier than credit side, so ultimately we have debit balance of cash account. Okay. So after completion of first account of cash account ledger, now we will move toward making of next ledger of next accounts. Our next account is furniture account with a ledger folio number 7. So furniture account debit by capital account. Okay. This is the ledger account of furniture account with ledger folio number is 7. Okay. Debit side and credit side. So furniture account is debit. Furniture account is debit by capital account. So we will write here the opposite account name, which is capital account. Okay. Jan 1st. Capital account. Journal reference number or page number is 9. Where the journal entry is exist. Okay. After entrance, this entry we have balance 40,000 on credit. This is the difference of both sides. So we have debit side heavier than credit side. So ultimately we have debit balance of furniture account 40,000. Okay. After making the account, ledger account of furniture account, next account is building account. Ledger folio number 9. So building account debit by capital account amounted 200,000 rupees. So you can see here, this is the ledger of building account with ledger folio number is 9. Okay. These are the debit side and credit side. So building account debit by capital account. Building account debit by capital account on dated Jan 1st. Journal reference or page number is 9. Amounted 200,000 rupees. So after calculation of this column, we have difference of 200,000 rupees on credit side, which is balance carry forward. So we have debit side heavier than credit side. Ultimately, we have debit balance of ledger of building account 200,000 rupees. Okay. After making ledger accounts of cash account, furniture account, and building account, our next account is capital account. Capital account have ledger folio number 10 and page number 9. Okay. Capital account is credited by cash, furniture, and building accounts amounted 370,000 rupees. You can see here the ledger capital account, ledger folio number 10. Okay. Debit side, credit side. Jan 1st. Capital account is credited by 3 accounts names: cash account, furniture account, and building account. Journal reference number is 999. This is the page number where the journal entries, transactions are exist. Okay. So we have totals of these accounts 370,000 rupees. So we have difference of this balance on debit side, balance carry forward. Okay. So we have credit balance of ledger capital account is this. Okay. Our next account is purchases account, is prepared for ledger account. Okay. Ledger folio number 11, page number or journal reference number 9. Okay. So purchases account debit to Asif account credit. Okay. Journal entry was purchase account debit from Asif account. Okay. So Jan 1st Asif account 30,000 rupees. Page number 9. Okay. Purchase account ledger folio number is 11. Next purchases account exists in Jan 2nd. Purchases account debit to cash account. Okay. Amounted 60,000 rupees. Okay. Jan 2nd. Purchases account debit by cash account. Okay. Page or reference number same as above 9. This is the amount you can see here. After entrance into the ledger account, this purchases account, this is a part of transaction held on Jan 2nd. So we will find next purchases account. Okay, we will find Jan 12th. Okay, purchases account debit against Salman account amounted 36,000 rupees. So purchases account debit side against Salman account, Jan 12th Salman account, page or journal reference number is 9, amount 36,000 rupees. So we have totals 126,000 rupees. Okay, and total balance or difference have on credit side this is the difference of both sides, debit and credit. Ultimately we have debit side heavier than credit side, so we have debit balance of purchases account ledger. After completion or making ledger account of purchases account, now we will move toward next, which is Asif account. In series we have given the ledger folio number to Mr. Asif account 12. Okay, we found Asif account in first entry, okay, which held on Jan 1st, purchases account debit, Asif account credit. So Asif account credited by purchases account right here you can see. So we will enter in this way into the ledger of Asif account. Jan 1st, Asif account credit by purchases account amounted 30,000 rupees. Okay, Asif account have ledger folio number 12th. First entry of ledger account of Mr. Asif has been completed here. Now we will search second another account with the name of Asif account, okay, from journal account. This is the second page of journal account, page number 10. Okay, you can see here. Dated Jan 18th, Asif account debit against bank account amounted 16,000 rupees. Okay, this is the ledger account. You can see Jan 18th, Asif account debit against bank account. Okay, bank account journal reference number is 10 or page number 10. This have journal reference number 9 because it exists on journal account page number 9, and this entry have journal reference number 10 because the address of this entry is exist on page number 10 of journal account. After calculation of both sides, okay, we have difference of 14,000 rupees on debit side. Okay, so ultimately we have heavier credit side than debit side. So we have credit balance 14,000 rupees of ledger account of Asif. After completion of all these accounts, ledger accounts, our next account is sales account, ledger folio number 13. So we found first sales account in journal entry held on Jan 3rd. Okay, cash account debit, sales account credit. So sales account credited against cash account amounted 44,000 rupees. You can see here, this is the structure of ledger sale account, have ledger folio number 13. Okay, first entry was held on Jan 3rd, sales account credited by cash account. The opposite name of sales account is cash account, so we have entered cash account. You can see here ledger of sales account with ledger folio number 13. Okay, so the first entry exists of sales account on date Jan 3rd. Sales account was credited in journal account by cash account. Okay, so the sales account credited by cash account, the opposite account name of sales account is cash account, amounted 44,000 rupees with journal reference number 9. Okay, after found it sales account into the Jan 3rd, we have found next in Jan 5th. Right now Shahid and Sons account debit to sales account credit, so sales account credited by Shahid and Sons account. Okay, so ledger folio number is same 13. Okay, amounted 28,000 rupees. Jan 5th, sales account credited by Shahid and Sons account. Okay, journal reference numbers 9, amounted 28,000 rupees. Entry has been completed here. We have found it next date sales account in Jan 22. Okay, so bank account debit to sales account credited amounted 38,000 rupees, same ledger folio number. Okay, so sales account credited by bank account. Okay, so date is Jan 22, sales account credited by bank account. Bank account journal reference number is 10 because journal entry exists on next page with number 10. Okay, we have totals right now 110,000 rupees, and we have difference of total amount on debit side called balance carry forward. Okay, 110,000 rupees. So ultimately we have credit side heavier than debit side. We have credit balance is this. Okay, After completion, ledger account of sales account. Our next account for making ledger account is Shahid and Sons account. Have ledger folio number 14. First entry exists in Jan 5th. Shahid and Sons account debit against sales account amounted 28,000 rupees. This is the format of ledger of Shahid and Sons account. Okay. Ledger folio number 14. So first entry was which have Shahid and Sons account held on Jan 5th. Okay. So Shahid and Sons account debited by sales account. Journal reference number is 9, amounted 28,000 rupees. Okay. After dated Jan 5th, we have now on Jan 16, Shahid and Sons account, ledger folio number 14, page number 10 here. Okay. So cash account debit to Shahid and Sons account credit. Shahid and Sons account credited by cash account. Okay. Amounted 18,000 rupees. This is the ledger account of Shahid and Sons. So Jan 16, Shahid and Sons account credited by cash account. Journal reference number 10. Amounted 18,000 rupees. Right? When we go further, then we find in next date Jan 26, Shahid and Sons account credited by cash account and discount allowed account both. Okay? Amounted 10,000 rupees. So we will enter this compound entry into the ledger account in this way. You can see date Jan 26 cash account, Jan 26 discount allowed account. Page or reference number 10, 9,800 rupees and 200 rupees. Total of both ultimately 10,000 rupees. So we calculate both sides 10,000, 18,000, 28,000 total. Okay. This side have same total 28,000 rupees. There is no difference between credit side and credit side. So we have no balance in this ledger. Okay. Next account in series, which is office equipment account. Okay. So we will give the ledger folio number to this 15, right? 15. This account have two entries in two transactions. Jan 8th, office equipment account debited by cash account amounted 16,000 rupees. This is the ledger of office equipment account. Ledger folio number 15. Debit side, credit side is here. So Jan 8th, office equipment account debited by cash account amounted 16,000 rupees. Have journal reference number or page number is 9. First entry has been completed here. Now we will move toward next. You can see here, this is the next entry of office equipment account on date Jan 10th. Office equipment account debited by cash account have 8,000 amount. Jan 10th, office equipment account debited by cash account amounted 8,000 rupees. Journal reference number or page number 9 here. We will calculate this column and find 24,000 rupees in totals. So we have total balance of this amount on credit side. Balance carry forward 24,000 rupees. Understand? So ultimately we have debit side heavier than credit side here. So we have debit balance of office equipment account. Our next account is Salman account. We gave ledger folio number to this 16 after office equipment. Okay. So Salman account on date Jan 12th credited by purchases account amounted 36,000 rupees with ledger folio number 16. Right? You can see here this is the ledger account of Salman. Have ledger folio number 16. Debit side and credit side. So first entry would be on Jan 12th. Salman account or Salman is credited by purchases account with journal reference number 9. 36,000 rupees. You can see here this is the next entry of Salman account held on Jan 24. Salman account debited here by bank and discount received accounts with ledger folio number 16 amounted these amounts. Okay, have total 36,000 rupees. Jan 24 and Jan 24 journal reference number 10. Also 10. Salman account debited by two accounts have compound entry. Bank account, discount received account. These are the amounts have total 36,000 rupees. 36,000 rupees another side. Both sides are equal. So we have no difference of any other side. And we can say here no balance. That means the account of Salman has been closed so far. Our next account is bank account. Have ledger folio number 17. Bank account credited on Jan 14 by cash account amounted 40,000 rupees. After that, On Jan 18th, bank account credited by Asif account have ledger folio number and amount have 16,000 rupees. After that, dated 18, we have bank account on date 20th, Jan 20th, bank account debited by cash account have ledger folio number 17, amounted 18,000 rupees. After date 20 Jan, now we have bank account in next date which is Jan 22. So bank account debited here by sales account have ledger folio number same 17, 38,000 rupees. After date 22, we have on next date Jan 24, we have bank account credited by Salman account amounted 35,600 rupees. You must keep in your mind that here we will write bank account amount just this, not a whole amount, because this is required just bank account, okay, amount, because we are making ledger of bank account right now. And we have last entry of bank account in Jan 31st, bank account credited by salaries and insurance account, because this is the compound entry. So we have page number 11 and ledger folio number 17 same as earlier ledger folio number of bank account. This is the format of ledger bank account have ledger folio number 17. Okay. First entry was bank account debited by cash account on Jan 14, general reference number 9. Okay, amount 40,000 rupees. Next entry was on date Jan 18, Asif account, general reference number 10th, amounted 16,000 rupees. Okay. Next entry was held on Jan 20th. So bank account was debit by cash account, general reference number 10, amounted 18,000 rupees. Am I right? Next entry was held on Jan 22. So bank account was debited by sales account, general reference number was 10,000, amounted 38,000 rupees. After that, we have bank account in Jan 24th entry, dated entry, which was bank account credited by Salman account, general reference number was 10th. Last entry was, which we have been read it right now, regarding bank account, which was bank account have compound entry with salaries and insurance account. Ledger folio number was 11. 4,000 and 2,000 rupees. Debit side and credit side, we have totals. After making totals, we find debit side heavier than credit side. Difference of this amount, 38,400 rupees. So we have debit balance of bank account because we have debit side heavier than credit side. Am I right? Our next account in series, which is discount received account, we will give the ledger folio number to this 18. Okay? So discount received account credited by Salman account amounted 400 rupees. You can see here, this is a ledger account of discount received account with ledger folio number 18. Am I right? Debit side, credit side. So Jan 24, discount received account credited by Salman account, general reference number 10. We have total of both sides, and ultimately we have total amount difference on debit side, 400 rupees. So ultimately we have credit side heavier than debit side. So we have credit balance of discount received account here. Next account after discount received account, which is discount allowed account, we will give ledger folio number to this 19. So discount allowed account is debited by Shahid and Sons account, amounted 200 rupees on date Jan 26. This is the ledger account of discount allowed account with ledger folio number 19. Debit side, credit side. On date Jan 26, discount allowed account debited by Shahid and Sons account in ledger account. General reference number was 10. 200 rupees. We have total 200 rupees and 200 rupees, and finding difference of both sides on credit sides amounted 200 rupees. So we have debit side heavier than credit side. Ultimately we have debit balance of discount allowed account. Our next account is drawings account after discount allowed account. Dated Jan 28, drawings account debited by cash account. We will give ledger folio number to this account 20. Amounted 6,000 rupees. Let's see here the ledger account of drawings account, ledger folio number 20. Drawings account, general entry was drawings account was debited by cash account, ledger folio number 10. Amounted 6,000 rupees. We have totals debit side and credit side, and finding difference of whole amount on credit side. So we have debit balance of drawings account because debit side is heavier than credit side. Understand? Our next account is electric charges account. Held date on Jan 30. Ledger folio number 21. Amounted 2,000 rupees. This is a ledger account of electricity charges account, ledger folio number 21, debit side, credit side. Electricity charges account debited by cash account on date Jan 30th. Journal reference number is 10. 2000, we have totals on debit side and credit sides, and finding whole amount balance 2000 rupees on credit side. So ultimately have debit side heavier than credit side. So debit balance of electricity charges account 2000 rupees. Understand? Our next and second last account for making of ledger account is salaries account, ledger folio number 22. Okay, transaction held on Jan 31st amounted 4000 rupees. So salaries account debited here by bank account. Okay, this is the ledger account of salaries account, have ledger folio number 22. Debit side, credit side. So salaries account debited by bank account, reference number 11. Amounted 4000 rupees. So we have totals debit side and credit side, and finding whole amounted balance on credit side, which is 4000 rupees. So we have debit side heavier than credit side, so we have ultimately debit balance of salaries account 4000 rupees. Our last account for making ledger account is insurance account, ledger folio number 23. So insurance account debited by bank account amounted 2000 rupees on dated Jan 31st. This is the ledger account of insurance account, and I have ledger folio number 23. Okay, so insurance account was debited into the general account by bank account on date Jan 31st, have the general reference number 11, amounted to 2000 rupees. So we have totals debit side and this is the credit side, and ultimately we have total balance or difference of amount 2000 rupees on credit side. So we have debit side heavier than credit side, so we have ultimately debit balance of insurance account 2000 rupees here. After making all the journal entries of all the accounts, and after making all the ledger accounts of all accounts, we can verify all the working by equivalence or balancing of both sides and debit and credit. For verification of journal account, we have totals in equals, debit and credit side. It will prove error detecting tool of accuracy or efficiency of our financial information, as well as journal accounts, ledger accounts, and financial statements, and so on. Same as earlier, journal account, our journal account corrected by equivalence of both sides, debit and credit. Okay, so now we are moving ahead. We will check our all ledger accounts either correct or either not correct. Trial balance will prove as a error detecting tools of ledger accounts. This is not requirement of the question or problem. Trial balance made by me for verification either we are correct or wrong in our calculations or in our working. This is the format or structure of trial balance: serial number, account names, account numbers or ledger folio numbers, debit amount columns in rupees and credit columns in rupees. These are the serial numbers and account names which we are done of ledger accounts. These are their account numbers and these are debit amounts and credit amounts. And ultimately we have totals in both debit and credit, 494 and 400 rupees. Same as here you can see 494 and 400 rupees. Both are equals, hence proves our calculations, journal account and ledger account corrected. Thanks for watching this video. If you like, then share, subscribe and comment. Thank you all.